There was once a boy named Jake who grew up in a small village, miles away from the nearest city. He lived with his parents, his little brother, and his grandfather, a man so wise that people from all over the village would come knocking on his door just to get his advice. But Jake had a serious problem. The kid was lazy. Not just a little lazy. We're talking next-level world-class procrastination. Got something due today? He'd push it to tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, he'd kick it to the day after. And just like that, day after day, tasks kept piling up like a mountain he never bothered to climb. The regret would hit him every single time, but never enough to actually change. School was no different. His friends were leveling up while Jake was stuck at the starting line. His dad tried everything: warnings, lectures, punishments. Nothing worked. So finally, his dad turned to the one person who might actually get through to the boy: his grandfather. The old man sat with it for a while, really thought it through, and then one day, he had his answer. He called Jake over and placed a small black stone in his hand. He looked the boy dead in the eyes and said, "Jake, this is no ordinary rock. This is a magic stone. If you rub it against iron, that iron will turn into gold." Jake's jaw dropped. Grandpa continued, "I'm giving this to you. Use it. Turn as much iron into gold as you want and make yourself rich. I'll be gone for one day and I'll come back tomorrow evening to take it back." Then before walking away, he said one last thing. "Remember, you only have until tomorrow evening." Jake was through the roof with excitement. He's thinking, "I've got a magic stone. I'm about to be filthy rich. All I gotta do is find some iron." So he starts planning. "I'll head to the market tomorrow morning, grab some scrap iron, and start making gold." Simple enough, right? But then he looked outside and saw it was already evening. So he told himself, "I'll eat dinner, get some sleep, and knock it all out first thing tomorrow." He went to bed that night literally dreaming about being a millionaire. Morning comes. Jake wakes up and thinks, "Okay, I still got until evening. Plenty of time. Let me eat breakfast first." So he eats. But then after breakfast, he starts feeling a little drowsy. "Let me just rest for a few minutes," he tells himself. And just like that, he's out, dead asleep. Again, by the time Jake's eyes snapped open, the sun was already setting. He shot up in a panic, threw on his shoes, and sprinted toward the door to rush to the market. But the second he swung that door open, there stood his grandfather, right there. Already back. The old man calmly reached out his hand, took the black stone back and said, "Your time is up." Jake broke down. He grabbed his grandfather's hand and begged, "Please, just a little more time. That's all I need. Just a little bit." But his grandfather shook his head slowly and said, "Lazy people never achieve anything in this life. I gave you a full 24 hours. A whole day. You had every chance in the world to make gold, but you chose to sleep it away, and now not one more second. This is your punishment." People who don't value time end up with nothing. Jake stood there in silence, head down, the weight of it all sinking in. He had just let a golden opportunity, literally, slip right through his fingers, all because he kept saying, "Later." But in that moment, something shifted inside him. He looked up at his grandfather and promised, "I will never be lazy again. I'm going to use my time like it actually matters." And that's the whole point of this story. Jake had over 24 hours. A simple trip to the market, maybe 30 minutes tops, and he couldn't make it happen in an entire day. Why? Because he kept telling himself later, and later turned into never. That's not just Jake's story. That's all of us. How many times have you said, "Let me just take a quick nap first," or "I'll start tomorrow," and that tomorrow never actually came? We do it all the time without even realizing it. Here's the truth. Time doesn't wait for anyone. Not for you, not for me, not for anybody. If you don't respect your time will not respect you back. So whatever you've been putting off, start now. Not tonight. Not tomorrow morning. Now. Give yourself a deadline and watch how fast you move. Or if the whole thing feels overwhelming, just tell yourself you'll spend 2 minutes on it. That's it, just 2 minutes. Because that small start, that's all it takes to build momentum and carry yourself forward. If this story hit home for you, do me a favor. Hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and make sure you're subscribed so you never miss what's coming next. I'll be back with another story that'll make you think, make you feel, and push you to keep going. Until then, stay patient, stay grateful, and never stop moving forward.